1, 2, 3. Here we go for the finale to the MSBK season in Malaysia. A familiar face donning the Shogun helmet for the Superbike title, whilst new names rise to the top at 600 and 250cc. We look ahead to the 2022 ARR season with Uma Racing.
And for my sweetheart,
Don't you love this sport? Welcome along to the Asia Motorsports Hour, courtesy our sponsor Idemitsu. Plenty of hugely competitive racing coming up and 3 champions to be crowned at Sepang. But we start with some bizarre scenes from the Thailand Circuit Motorsport Complex, home of the FMSCT Road Racing Championship. An over-flooding river put the circuit completely underwater last week. These incredible images courtesy Kratos Wongsanon's Facebook page. This is how the circuit should look. Obviously, no racing taking place until further notice. Back on dry land, it was the second and final round of the Malaysia Superbike Championships this last weekend at the Sepang circuit. It was the second and final round of the Malaysia Superbikes Championship run at Sepang this last weekend. In the Superbikes Championship, 3 generations of racers were in genuine contention for the title. Veteran Aslan Shah Kamruzaman on the BMW, youngster Kazma Daniel on the Yamaha, and Zakwan Zaidi on board the brand new Honda CBR 1000. It would be Zakwan who had gone to take the championship, but it'd need to be at his best in all 3 races of the weekend to earn the right to don the Shogun helmet at the end of the season. He started well in race 1, but soon found Kazma Daniel close on his tail.
Zakwan mengumpan, diambil oleh Kasma dan Zakwan menggunakan pengalaman yang ada. Dia wide sedikit dan Kasma ambil umpan dan dia kembali di depan untuk Zakwan untuk terus cuba lari di depan.
Kazma stayed close but was often outgunned on the long straights of Sepang. The 21-year-old made one last brave effort on the last lap, but
menunjukkan sekon terakhir Zakwan, tapi Kasma yang di depan. Mungkin Zakwan masuk bagian dalam. Kasma melakukan kesilapan, pengalaman lebih kepada Zakwan sekarang ini. Menunjukkan satu penamaan. Zakwan tempat pertama. Zakwan Zaidi berjaya menangis perlombaan di tempat pertama. Kasma dan tempat yang kedua.
Zakwan earning the first win of the weekend and moved within 8 points of championship leader Aslan Shah Kamruzaman. New day, 2 races ahead. Race 2, again seeing Zakwan quickest off the line, but this time he was tracked by Aslan Shah in 3rd.
And it's all mixed up instantly. Aslan Shah dropped down, not a great start from him. And Zakwan Zaidi gets the whole shot. He gets the inside line, goes into 1st. Kazma Daniel all the way down into 5th.
Aslan Shah, very aware of the power of Zakwan's Honda, made a move up to P2 to get closer. And Kazma Daniel also moved up the field after a poor start, taking the lead on lap 3.
Kazma's making a move at turn 12. He does, he makes it stick. Kazma through on Zakwan.
And the Yamaha stayed close right until the final 2 straights, pushing Zakwan all the way.
They push through, Zakwan pushing in front. Blitzes pass again past Kazma Daniel.
Zakwan Zaidi picking up his 2nd win of the weekend and taking a 1-point lead in the championship, with Kazma Daniel a further 5 points away in 3rd. On to race 3, the decider, and another fast start by Zakwan Zaidi of Bunchu Honda.
Kita lihat laju kali ini BMW yang mengejar di hadapan, agak perlahan sikit untuk Kasma sekali lagi, dengan Daniel juga berada di depan, tapi yang masuk terlebih dahulu adalah Zakwan nampaknya yang masuk. Zakwan Zaidi yang masuk terlebih dahulu untuk berada di depan.
But Team 10X TKKR Racing Team were working as a team, and on lap 2 Aslan Shah took the lead.
Kembali di depan nampaknya Aslan memintas kali ini.
But his ambition lasted less than 2 laps, and before halfway Zakwan powered past the 35-year-old BMW rider.
Satu gerakan yang cukup cantik. Zakwan masuk di sektor yang pertama ini. Zakwan naik di tempat yang pertama dengan Aslan turun di tempat yang kedua.
And Zakwan would go on to win by nearly 4 seconds to take the title, 6 points clear of Aslan Shah, with 3rd place Kazma Daniel 3rd overall.
Itu dia Zakwan akan sampai untuk menambahkan perubahan di tempat yang pertama.
race yang kali ni agak tough juga. Kali ni fight dengan balan. Tapi kita kita rasa sangat happy lah sebab sebelum ni saya pakai motor yang sebelum tu nak dapatkan hat-trick sangat susah. So bila saya dah ada rhythm, saya dah dapat confident dengan motor yang baru. Dengan motor ni sangat-sangat bagus. So saya cuba ambil peluang tu dan saya akan cuba konsisten sebab saya rasa feeling tu makin lama makin improve setup saya.
In the 250cc, Izam Iqbal held a slender 2-point championship lead over SIC racer Daniel Sharmi. But Sharmi was the man in form with wins in both races of the weekend so far to date.
Kita akan melepaskan sekarang, bersedia dan dilepaskan 57 dan 24 persebelahan yang kita lihat laju di depan adalah Daniel Sharmi yang memutus laju menuju ke selekor yang pertama. Di belakang telah pun rapat adalah Izam Iqbal.
It would be tense. The Hondas of Izam and Idlan Hakimi were well matched by the SIC duo of Daniel Sharmi and 14-year-old Hakim Danish. But a blow for Izam on lap 6 as his teammate was forced out of the race.
Itu ada Idlan ada masalah dengan motosikalnya mungkin. Ya, Idlan terkeluar dari persaingan. Dia terus keluar dan ya mungkin ada masalah dengan jenteranya.
Last lap.
Izam masuk lebih dahulu. Izam tapi kita ke Hakim Danish yang berada di depan tadi. Tapi lebih dari dua pelumba yang kita lihat sekali. Seperti juga tadi. Bersama dua pelumba bersebelahan sekarang menunjukkan siapa nama. Dan Izam. Izam dan Daniel Sharmi. Sampai terlebih dahulu. Izam dan Sharmi. Izam yang di depan. Izam sampai terlebih dahulu.
Izam Iqbal, MSBK 250cc champion by 6 points over Daniel Sharmi.
First of all, saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih pada Bonsu Honda Racing Team yang bekerja keras daripada round 1, round 2 and even I kena penalty. And tak lupa juga family saya and for my sweetheart. So pada race tadi saya just keep fokus untuk race pace saya sebab strategi saya pada race tu tak menjadi. Agak suka kat situ sebab Daniel Sharmi sangat-sangat strong di brake dan high speed corner. So apa yang saya fikir untuk last corner just brake depan Daniel Sharmi. So even Idlan Hakimi dengan Hakimi, saya tak ambil risiko untuk fight dengan dorang untuk P1. Tapi syukur Alhamdulillah saya overall. Thank you.
More to come from Sepang later in this show. But first, a chance to win some ARRC merchandise courtesy this program sponsors Idemetsu. Head to our Facebook page for the answers, or to log your answers. 2 questions surrounding the UMA Racing Maju Motors team. In a moment, we'll be speaking with UMA Racing principal Ying Ho. Listen carefully and you'll hear how many ARRC Underbone titles his team has won. Question 1, how many is that? And we devote our attention to UMA Racing Maju Motors after the break, starting with the first of 14 wins for the team since their debut season. Some classic Ahmed Fazli Sham follows the Idemetsu choir. Welcome back to the Asia Motorsports Hour. A relative newcomer to the Asian Road Racing Championship, UMA Racing Maju Motors have been trying to make up for lost time since they joined the circuit in 2016. Since their debut in 2016, Uma Racing Maju Motors racing team have won 2 team titles to emerge as one of the teams to beat in the Asian Road Racing Championship's underbone category. Yong is the team's principal.
Saya rasa bangga lah sebab saya menang di Asia. ARC 14 kali podium lah dengan 2 kali overall championship. So pengalaman saya di ARC dia juga boleh untuk saya boleh develop saya punya sendiri punya produk dengan training saya punya rider. So ini satu pentas yang saya rasa bagi kita meminat motosikal, lumba motosikal, ini satu pentas yang bagus lah.
After Fazli Sham secured the team's first ever win in their debut season, Uma Racing have invested more in young riders, a strategy that paid off in spectacular style at the Bend circuit near Adelaide at the tail end of 2019.
Memori saya paling happy lah di Australia, the Bend circuit. So Uma Racing Team menang 1, 2, 3. So sekaligus itu pentas kita sapu semua lah. Itu yang remember saya, itu saya rasa paling bangga dan happy.
As with most motorsport teams, the motor racing angle is a key marketing strategy for Uma Racing products.
Sejak saya start team saya di tempatan seperti Malaysian Cup Prix atau ARC lah. So zaman dulu kita agak susah mau dapat performa 4. Jadi saya cuba R&D yang part yang sesuai untuk kita lah. Sebab dulu kita agak susah kerana Cup Prix dengan ARC. So kita guna motosikal yang macam underbone kan. So di overseas seperti Japan, Itali, so dia orang tidak ada motosikal yang sama seperti kita. Jadi kita memang susah mau dapat high performance part lah. So di sana saya sudah feeling ada idea lah. So untuk buat part untuk underbone bike seperti semua orang boleh guna, semua team dengan negara lain. So untuk underbone bike ini lebih boleh pergi peringkat lagi tinggi lah seperti Moto3 kan. Jadi sekarang semua team semua pun boleh dapat high performance, dia nak join racing pun lebih senang. So ini boleh kata win-win lah. Saya pun boleh buat bisnes dengan saya nanti pun boleh tunjuk performance part kita di ARC lah.
But it's much more than just a business proposition for Yong. He himself is passionate about the sport and was a more than decent underbone racer in his day.
Saya start memula di tahun 1989. So saya ada join Cup Prix lah. Masa itu kita sama juga lah, ada macam circuit racing, Cup Prix racing. So underbone mungkin masa itu badan saya masih kurus lah. Jadi saya lumba di Cup Prix 3 tahun lah. So saya rasa badan saya terlalu tinggi dengan weight terlalu berat lah. Jadi saya pun agak motosikal itu zaman dulu itu motosikal itu 100cc saja. Motosikal itu agak susah lah mau bawa saya. Jadi saya pun bersara lah dengan Cup Prix sepanjang 3 tahun lah. So lepas tu saya mulalah start pada tim saya sendiri. So saya rasa saya tak boleh berterus rumba, jadi saya masih minat. Lepas tu saya start build up saya punya team dengan of course lah, sekarang saya cari rider pun barang kecil sikit lah untuk lebih senang menang.
Yong's inherent interest in the sport and giving opportunities for young riders around ASEAN has spawned some innovative ideas, with a stated ambition being to create an all-ASEAN team.
Ini idea datang dari sejak 2016 atau 17 lah. So masa itu ARC hanya underbone kelas hanya rider yang Indonesia, Malaysia. Jadi kita tengok mau macam mana kita boleh lebih banyak country mari join lah untuk Southeast Asia dan country lah. So jadi saya pun fikir bisnes saya pun ada berkembang pergi Filipina, Indonesia, Thailand dengan Vietnam. So saya fikir mula-mula saya target Indonesia sudah sangat bagus lah. Jadi saya target Filipina, Vietnam rider untuk bantu dia orang boleh lebih senang boleh saingan di ARC lah. Itu yang saya punya idea untuk lebih banyak rider join, lebih banyak country. So jadi ini satu orang kata rider boleh tunjuk dia punya performance, dia punya skill, dan dengan engine kita motosikal kita sudah sedia untuk dia lah.
Whilst there's frustration that the 2021 ARR season was cancelled, there's no doubt that when racing does return, Uma Racing Maju Motors will be looking to build on their successes of the past.
Saya punya planning seperti sama, Philippine team dengan Malaysia team lah. So di sini 2 tahun ni kita sudah lihat, so itu untuk kita boleh ada masa lebih prepare yang lebih bagus lah. Dengan saya rasa tu 2020 chances lah untuk saya boleh menang lebih banyak dengan boleh promote also saya punya company kan. So saya harap semua team kita boleh jumpa lagi lah seperti 2019. Banyak happy lah semua rider dengan team semua, team manager semua lah.
Today's classic race celebrates the work of Uma Racing. We've just heard about the diverse ethos of the team, but what makes it all worthwhile is winning. We take you to Buriram, round 2, race 2, and the first ever win for Uma Racing Yamaha Maju Motors in the Underbone 150cc. We've had 7 excellent races so far this weekend. Each one of them has gone down to an incident on the final lap, normally on the final corner, that's resulted in made a real difference in the end result. 8 laps of the track. Getting up to speeds of around about 125 kilometres per hour average, and we are underway. And it's not a great start from Adib Rosley. Admiral Arif Musa alongside him has just got a better start than Adib, and inside of him, Wayu Aji Chilaksana is the man who's taken the lead. The Indonesian, who came from nowhere on the last lap, has actually gone right from the very off on this occasion, and it's Wayu Aji who leads the way. 1 and 2 for Malaysia on the Yamahas, from the RCB Cage Motorbike Yamaha teams, and actually coming down the hill. That's quite a healthy lead for Adib Rosley. He might not have got off to a good start. Oh, there's a blown engine.
There's a blown engine, yeah. There's the one of the Umar Racing.
Is that Haziq?
Is that Haziq or Fazli Sham?
We believe that Haziq Fairuz, the teenager, has blown an engine in the early stages.
Yeah, that's him, I think. That's bike number 26.
So Haziq Fairuz disappears. Just looking for the weather, and there's a little bit of cloud cover, and we've just had a weather forecaster telling us there's a chance of rain, 50% chance. Probably not in this race, but certainly later on in the afternoon, and that will really make life very, very interesting. Now then, Ahmed Fazli Sham, he takes the lead, and he is riding really very beautifully, Ahmed Fazli Sham. He's been under the radar. He had an 8 points and a 7 points and a DNF so far, but this is the Ahmed Fazli that we saw last season.
He's top 5 now, battling for P1. Whether Ahmed Fazli Sham can maintain his lead, but let's see what the 2 Indonesian from BKMS Indonesia and also the 2 rider from Hawaii Pang can do about it. As for now, Fazli Sham, who set the fastest time in this race, 2 minutes 11 seconds in front, but not so long as I was talking about Fazli Sham. here comes Adi Brosli.
I know you hate doing it, Tommy, but I'm going to ask you to put your neck on the line here. And
Okay.
there's clear, there's team tactics and there's an individual. Is Fazli Sham able to overcome the two team tactics?
Yes, Fazli Sham is very experienced rider. He was champion before, and he knows how to win the race. That's really important. But racing here in Buriram is a different ball game altogether, especially that last corner. I will decide who will win the race. If all five of them coming in at the same time, anyone can win. They can win the race.
We are now into the race, and Adi Brosli, he's made his move down this back straight. He's tried to drag Fazli Sham with him. Now, we saw yesterday Florianus and Wayu Aji left it late. Is that what they're doing here again? Wayu Aji is leading, is in fourth place. He's the one closest to us on the left. Florianus goes through past Ahmed Fazli Sham into second. He has got Adib Brosli, a nervous Adib Brosli in his sights. It's a terrific race. Adib, he's looking nervously over his shoulder again. He looks left, the Indonesians go right. That was Wayu Aji who made a little move. We're halfway through this final lap. Ahmed Fazli Sham, he goes wide, but Adib Brosli is holding on to his line. Adib through the little chicane, hunkers down, gets over left, but the two Indonesians, Florianus and Wayu Aji, are ready to pounce.
And then we have Adib still leading. And Izzat is still not making his move anytime right now. But instead we have Fazli Sham. Fazli is right now in front of Florinius.
Who's got the corner? Fazli Sham, can he hold it? Fazli Sham is able to hold it. Has he got the speed? Fazli Sham takes it! Ahmed Fazli Sham, 0.021 ahead of Wayu Aji Chilaksana. Florianus third, Adib Brosli and Izzat Zaidi. Oh my word, oh my word. There he is, he's on the left of your screen now, and he just pushes Wayu Aji out the way. I'm taking that space, he says. He's determined. The next question, now he's got the apex, can he hold on? Oh, he's working really, really hard. Loses a little bit of frontline speed, under pressure from Wayu Aji, and then it just block him out and get to the line. Magnificent. But now more on that chance to win some ARRC merchandise, courtesy this program sponsors Idemitsu. 3 riders have won races for UMA Racing on ARRC circuits. Name all 3. The answer was in the report earlier in this part, so scroll back if you don't remember. Coming up, we return to Sepang after the break for the final races of the MSBK season. A crackling 3-way battle for the 600cc title, where one mistake can prove disastrous. I could be in that choir. We head back to Sepang in a moment, but first, a little success for Asia Pacific, or I mean Australia. And it concerns a young racer following in some very, very big footsteps. Ollie Bayliss, the 18-year-old son of 3-time Superbike champion Troy Bayliss, is about to follow his dad's footsteps and move into the World Supersports Championship for the 2022 season. 18-year-old Bayliss is currently competing on a Ducati in the Australian ASBK Championship, picking up his maiden win at Hidden Valley back in June. The teenager's first full-time step onto the world stage with Barney Racing will come 20 years after his dad Troy's first World Championship title at the Superbike class. Bayliss has one more ASBK race in 2021 at the Bend in South Australia. He currently sits 5th in the championship standings. More now from the closing 3 races of the 2021 MSBK Championships from Sepang. And in the 600s, Helmi Azman led the championship, but Shafaruddin Azman, a genuine title contender. And another 4 races on the grid have the ability to win individual races. Saturday, race 1.
Mereka dilepaskan sekarang untuk MSBK 600 perlumbaan yang pertama. Pusingan yang kedua. Ada memecut dan laju menuju ke selekor pertama. Selaku pelumba memiliki petak utama dari dalam cuba masuk itu adalah nombor 32 Helmi Azman.
By the midway point of the race, it seemed as though the Hondas of Helmi and Azuri Hakim were slightly underpowered.
Roy, Sarifuddin dan Helmi perlu untuk lebih cepat sedikit mengejar dua pelumba di hadapan untuk mengurangkan balik jarak di antara gap antara mereka.
And by the end, the older Yamaha of Ibrahim Noruddin took the race, with the 2 Kawasaki's of Adam Noruddin and Sharafuddin making it a 1-2-3 SIC sweep. And Sharafuddin leading the championship by 7 points from Helmi. Concerning times in the Honda garage. Sunday, new day, but a nightmare for Helmi Azman on lap 6 of race 2 of the weekend.
Once they cross the line, he will have 5 laps remaining to fight and contest. But it's for the end of Helmi. Helmi can't start the bike. He's in the gravel. Helmi's race is over. Helmi is out of this race right now.
A second weekend win for Ibrahim Noruddin, but a second place for Sharafuddin, and the 20 points allied to Helmi limping home in 8th place means that Sharafuddin took a 19-point lead into the final race of the season. And for race 3, stay on the bike is all 63 Sharafuddin Azman has to do.
Sharafuddin Azman pelumba yang ketika ini berlumba juga di CEV dan dia mengatakan bahawa tidak mahu memikirkan sangat kejuaraan keseluruhan itu, tapi dia mahu memberikan yang terbaik dalam perlumbaan.
And Sharafuddin kept out of danger all the way to the end. Ibrahim Noruddin would make it a 3 wins from 3 for the weekend, but the real story surrounds the man who comes in P4, the new 600cc MSBK champion.
Dengan Sharafuddin tempat yang keempat, kali pertama dia tidak naik podium, tapi dia adalah juara keseluruhan bagi MSBK 600 bagi 2021 ini.
Saya pertama sekali syukur alhamdulillah. Terima kasih kepada tim yang telah betul-betul lumus menyediakan jentera saya pada last week, 2 weeks ago dengan minggu ni. Dan baik semua, perfect. Dan saya banyak habiskan race di atas podium. So alhamdulillah itu rezeki saya. Dan pada race tadi memang struggle sangat-sangat dengan jentera saya. Tapi apa-apa pun saya just keep fokus, just finish the race. Dan alhamdulillah saya menjadi champion C100. Dan terima kasih dekat tim yang telah buat kerja yang sangat bagus pada this weekend.
That's our show. Before we head off, a final reminder that you can win some ARRC merchandise courtesy of this program sponsors Idemitsu. Go to the Asia Road Racing Championship Facebook page to tell us your answers to the following questions. Firstly, how many ARRC Underbone titles have the UMA Racing Maju Motors team won since their debut season in 2016? Question 2, 3 riders have won races for UMA Racing at ARRC. Name all 3. The answer was in the report earlier in this part, so scroll back if you don't remember. Next week, we move from the big bikes to the underbones as Malaysia's Cup Prix draws to a conclusion. Tune in next time and leave us your comments on our Facebook page. Bye for now.